Patagonia is a vast, sparsely populated region in the southern tip of South America, shared by Argentina and Chile. It's a land of dramatic contrasts where towering, jagged mountains meet expansive, windswept plains. Glaciers carve their way through ancient landscapes, while the sheer scale of the wilderness inspires a sense of awe, making it a haven for adventurers and nature lovers alike. In this mini-series, we'll delve headfirst into the heart of this wild paradise and share our experiences. Our adventure begins in El Chalten, the trekking capital of Argentina. We'll witness panoramic vistas that will steal your breath away and fuel our adventures with hearty, delicious flavors from Patagonian cuisine. Next, we'll journey to El Calafate, where the mighty Perito Moreno Glacier awaits, a colossal river of ice, a living, breathing wonder of nature. We'll witness its raw power, feel its ancient chill, and explore the charming town that serves as its gateway. And of course, more incredible food awaits us. Finally, we'll reach the end of the world, Ushuaia. This is where the land meets the sea and adventure truly begins. Prepare for an unforgettable 6-hour voyage on the legendary Beagle Channel, a journey culminating in a close encounter with playful penguins on their own island. We'll step back in time aboard the historic end-of-the-world train, retracing the steps of prisoners and pioneers. We'll hike through landscapes sculptured by ice and time, indulge in more exceptional Patagonian dishes, and wander the streets of this vibrant remote city. From the soaring peaks of El Chalten to the glacial majesty of El Calafate and the wild, rugged beauty of Ushuaia, we're about to embark on an epic Patagonian adventure. Join us as we explore, discover in the magic of this extraordinary land.
Will you join us at the airport at El Calafate? We are in South America in Patagonia, and we're about to do an incredible road trip to El Chalten. So come with us. We're traveling all the way down to Ushuaia, and the furthest point south within the world. So over the next few videos, come with us and see what we find. It's all new territory for us, but join us on the Memory Seekers.
Our journey began by flying from London to Buenos Aires and connecting a day later on an internal flight with Aerolíneas to El Calafate, deep in Patagonia. We'll head from the airport to El Chalten for the first few days before returning to Calafate to visit the famous Perito Moreno Glacier in the second video, a spectacular bucket list adventure you won't want to miss. For now, let's get started with our drive.
We picked up our car from El Calafate airport. We're currently driving to El Chalten, which is about 2.5 hours, 3-hour drive. Roads are pretty windy, but they're in good condition and the views are amazing. Plan for the next few days, some hikes. There's a really famous one to go see a viewpoint of Fitzroy Mountain. That you have to be a serious hiker to do that. The round trip is about 10 hours, so we won't do all of it, but we'll certainly do part of it. And yeah, some more lakes, and I think there might even be a waterfall somewhere, so yeah, should be a good few days.
There are no services on this drive, so make sure you have a full tank of fuel, some water and snacks, and check that you've got a good spare wheel in case of a puncture. Even in this remote part of the world, the phone connection wasn't too bad, with only a few black spots. Hiring a car offers the most flexibility to stop where you like, but the other cheaper option is to take a bus. Several operators run services between Calafate and El Chalten via the airport, so check out this site for more information.
We've just pulled over at the side of the road. We are entering Parque Nacional Los Glaciares. We're about 15 kilometers outside of El Chaitén now, and we cannot wait to get there.
The incredible mountain ahead of us is Fitzroy. It really looks like a movie mountain, something like you've seen probably in Lord of the Rings, something like that.
Once you arrive in the town, there are plenty of outdoor activities to enjoy, including hiking, mountaineering and fly fishing. It's known as the trekking capital of Argentina, and there are numerous trails that offer breathtaking views of the surrounding mountains and glaciers. The town is built around tourism and the main street is lined with bakeries, restaurants, hotels and bars. We'll have a look around a bit later, but first let's get settled in the hotel and find some dinner. There are many options, from expensive hotels to cheap hostels. We chose something in the middle.
Checked into Hotel Cumbres here in El Chaitén. Most of the hotels here are kind of basic, functional. This is ours. One big bed, little window. Looks kind of comfy. And just a simple bathroom with a shower, loo. That'll do us fine.
A continental breakfast was included with a nice selection of meats, cheese and baked goods. We didn't venture far on the first evening after a long travel day. It was nice to see the sun finally making an appearance.
What have you got? Curry carrots. No, carrots with some kind of curry honey, cheese, oregano, developed walnuts. That was lemon delicious. You cannot be Argentina for a steak. Well, Butch restaurant was divine. We had two big steaks, as you know. Both amazing. I think we made me back. Good. We're now off to find some doggies with the leftover steak.
So we had some meat left over from our dinner, and Will is trying to find the stray dogs to give them a little bit of food to see them through the night. Sheepdog-esque. We are literally wandering the streets trying to find stray dogs. I don't even think are stray dogs because they're outside their houses. He wants to give them some dinner. Did you not like it? Not interested.
Must have had his dinner already, that one. Good morning, day 2 in LTRI-10. Very cloudy today, you can't even see Fitzroy, which is somewhere over there. But we're going to go out in the car. We're heading 36 kilometres along a gravel road to a lake, and we're hoping to do a boat trip there and maybe even see a glacier.
This is where the road changes then to the gravel. Just on the left is where hikers start the mammoth walks on the Fitzroy trails. Some of them can take up to 10 hours return, many people leaving early and getting back to the town for happy hour. Very quickly after leaving the centre, the roads are unpaved, so don't rely on the times that Google Maps tells you, as it'll take a lot longer, just because you can't drive at any speed. Which is fine, because you don't want to miss any of the scenery. It's just a shame we didn't have the best of weather. So we're only a kilometre or so into the drive, and there's a waterfall we can stop at. So we've parked up. It's about a kilometre walk from the car park. So let's go and have a look. Something you mustn't get on you. Well, that took like 3 minutes. What a spectacular waterfall. We are well on our way to the lake now. 20 kilometres in, we reach the Electrico River, which is fed by the nearby glacier. The bridge is the dropping off point for those hiking to the Electrico Valley in the north of Mount Fitzroy. You can get these shuttles from the centre for around $20 and they come back later and pick you up. We're going to come back here tomorrow and do some hiking if the weather's better.
Taxi.
Scenery is just absolutely incredible, and the drive's got a little bit harder, but just every moment there's something new to see, just like this waterfall and rapids just here. Finally, we arrive at Lago del Desierto, the desert lake, and the end of the road. We're not entirely sure where we are allowed to park, so we thought we'd stop here, then make our way up. I can see a boat in the distance, so maybe we can get on that. Well, it's not looking promising. It doesn't look like the boat's running, but we'll see if we can get up some of these paths and get a view of the lake. This little boat is ferrying passengers to a very exclusive hotel further along the lake. It's only accessible by boat. Glaciar Huelmul is just visible through the trees, but you really need to be on the lake to see it properly, which is why there's a boat trip.
Shortcut.
Well, we really would have liked to have done the boat trip, but not running today, which is a shame, but it has been a fantastic drive. We'll head back into the town now, so that's about 2 hours, almost 2 hours drive for us, because we have to go very slowly. But we'll see you back in town and then we'll give you a tour around. With just under half a tank of fuel, we thought it was time to get a refill, so headed to the only fuel station on the outskirts of town. It's open between 8 AM and 10 PM and it's cash only, which you can get from the only cash machine I believe the town has. This guy was very grumpy, so we didn't film it.
Just filled up at the only petrol pump in Chai 10, which is there.
So make sure you pick up fuel, because the next place is a couple of 100 kilometres away. So we're back in the town, and there was a bit of rain on the way back, so we've left it an hour or so before we've come out to have a wander around. It's cleared up, dried up a bit, but the wind has got up now. That seems to happen most days, actually. It's sort of fairly calm in the mornings, and as the day goes on, the winds get up to sort of 30-40 mile an hour winds. It might just be a seasonal thing. We're here at the end of November, beginning of December. But we're going to walk down to the bus station, the bus terminus, and we'll show you that you can get the bus here from the airport or from El Calafate, and this is where you'll arrive if you come on the bus. Here again is the website you can use to get information on bus schedules and book tickets online. The bus terminal also doubles as the tourist information office. Let's show you some of the shops, bars and restaurants in the town. La Roti is quite a nice place to get empanadas. We had our lunch in there a little bit earlier. It's very nice. We paid about £8. I think it was 10,000 Argentinian pesos. I would mention as well that there is one bank here. We're just going to see now if it's got an ATM, but we were told actually to bring cash with us from elsewhere, so we actually picked some cash up in Buenos Aires, because not everywhere accepts cards, and sometimes the internet goes down and you can't pay. You need to have the cash, and if there's only one ATM, which we'll check in a second, then you're going to really struggle getting cash here, and you might have to go right down into Calafate, which is a 2-hour drive away. So make sure you've got plenty of cash just in case cards don't work. So this is the only bank in the town. Will's just going to pop in and see if there's a ATM. So Avenue San Martin is the main drag, isn't it? It's the main street, really, isn't it? Yeah. It's the most developed as well, really, isn't it? It's one of the larger hotels here. We were actually booked in there but we found somewhere over £200 cheaper for the 3 nights that we're staying, so we cancelled. As you can see, there's lots of places to get food and drink and snacks, bakery foods, coffees, no problem. Right folks, we're going to stop for a cheeky beer at Andrea's. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. It's not bad actually. Not bad at all. Okay, we're trying another beer, folks. It's called the Golden. Charles.
So we ended up having 2 beers. We're just carrying on down the main kind of strip here in town. There's loads of places that do a happy hour, generally between 6 and 8. We stopped at this place because it started at 4, but we're hoping to find another one further on down the street. Si sent me a place earlier which looked quite nice, so we'll go check that out. But yeah, it's a nice town.
Look at this beautiful old Fiat 600. Look at that, beautiful. Classic. Beer and fries. It's more of a takeaway, I think.
this one. We've definitely had enough to drink now, so we are off to, we're going to try Mafia, the name of the restaurant, Italian. If we can't get in there, then we'll have to have a little wander around and try and find something, but yeah, hopefully Mafia. Let's see.
Hopefully. Oh, it looks busy. Oh dear, maybe it won't be.
Unfortunately, Mafia was fully booked for the evening, which was a bit of a surprise, so do make sure you book in advance. So we headed back to Butch, which we'd had our meal at the previous night.
Well, we're really lucky to get in at Butch, which was where we ate last night. We are lucky because lots of places are booked up or there's queues to get in. So really recommend you try and book in advance if you can. But hopefully we're going to have a really nice meal here again. What is it?
Steak sandwich, basically.
Steak sandwich. What have I got? I've got a burger. Should we go 50-50? No. Yeah, let's go 50-50.
Mine's already quite hard. Well, I'm not disappointed we ended up back at the same restaurant as last night. It was divine. Ordered something different, but yeah, it was nice. It's been a great day, actually. Even though we couldn't get on the boat, like, it was a shame, but still the drive is absolutely amazing. And yeah, I mean, it's hard to take a bad photo in this region of Argentina. We are walking back to the hotel. It's about 9:45 at night, and it's still pretty light, actually. Just watching the sun go down over the mountains, which I shall turn the camera around now and show you. But yeah, it's been a great day. Hopefully tomorrow we shall be doing a walk, and with even some more great views. Sunset over El Chaitan.
Beautiful skies, folks. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night.
So we are back here again. It's a drop-off point called Pilar. It's next to this big bridge, and it's one of the starting places to do the famous walk here, which is up to Tres Lagos, which is the amazing viewpoint of Fitzroy Mountain. We're not doing that today. It's a pretty serious hike. It's about 8 hours, but we're hoping to enjoy the route, some of it. Patagonian summer is changeable. It's cold, windy, it's pretty much raining. The views are limited because of the cloud being so low, but it's still amazing to be out here. And yeah, we're just going to walk for a few hours and see what happens, really.
Well, that didn't work out. We knew that there were charges for the national parks here, but we didn't expect there to be one right out here in this remote part of the park. But as soon as we sort of walked off the trail, you're directed through a particular route, and then there's a booth where you've got to buy tickets. And it's 45,000 pesos per person, which is about £35 per person. And we only want to walk for a couple of hours, and I'm sorry, but that's just too much money to wander through the park for a couple of hours. So we know we've got to do that when we go to Calafate because we want to go and see the glacier. So I think we'd rather spend the money there on that day out, knowing that it's going to cost us that much at that point. So we have to find something else to do. Well, the weather took a turn, so we weren't able to go out and do another walk because it was absolutely hammering down. So we spent a few hours just relaxing in our hotel room, which is a bit of a shame because it's not what we're here for. But anyway, we're going to head down into town now. It's only spitting now. Have a little look around and probably have a drink.
We whiled away the afternoon relaxing in the Smokehouse Bar before getting an early dinner at La Tapera, which was across from our hotel. We have no idea what this soup is flavour-wise, but Willie's going to try it now.
It smells good.
What is it? Okay, we don't know what the soup is, but you like it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to try it too.
Where are the meatballs?
Okay. Nice. I've got some sort of antennas. My pasta. Looks good. Maybe a bit more expensive than the others, but the food and the vibe was a great end to our last evening.
Well, that is pretty much it from El Chaitén. We didn't really have an opportunity to do what we wanted to do here. The weather was not on our side for the most part, unfortunately. And I think we were a little bit underprepared about how serious some of the hikes are here. It's proper hiking territory. We're talking like 8-10 hour hikes every day. And yeah, we were not geared up for it. The Tres Lagos hike is what we wanted to do, and yeah, it didn't happen, unfortunately. But maybe one day we will be back. Tomorrow we are getting up early and driving to Calafate and going to the glacier, which is our number one thing to do in Argentina, and the weather is looking peachy. So yeah, fingers crossed that's going to be a great day tomorrow.
Next stop, the mighty Perito Moreno Glacier. We'll witness this wonderful spectacle not only from the boardwalks, but up close and personal, dodging the icebergs on an incredible but chilly boat tour. El Calafate is the gateway to this beautiful location, so join us for a tour of the town and some more incredible food. Subscribe now so you don't miss a moment of this glacial spectacle. See you again in Patagonia.